In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the TryFrom and TryInto traits to convert between data types. TryFrom and TryInto allow for fallible type conversion. This allows you to convert types in a manner that allows failure. So if a type can be converted, but there are cases where it cannot be done correctly, then you'll want to implement the TryFrom trait instead of the from trait. Usage is the same as the from and into traits, except you'll get back a result instead of the type. And just like implementing from, implementing TryFrom will get you TryInto for free. Let's take a look at a TryFrom implementation. Whenever we want to implement TryFrom, we need to use it from the standard library. The path is standard convert TryFrom. In this example, we have a non-zero error and a non-zero structure. What we want is this structure to always have a number, but never have a zero for a number. We are implementing TryFrom to convert from an I32 into a non-zero. On the second line of our implementation block, we have a type alias, and the type will be an error, and it'll be equal to whatever error we want to return. In this case, we want to return a non-zero error. The TryFrom trait requires one function implementation named TryFrom, and just like the from trait, the parameter needs to be the same as the generic specified in the implementation block. The return value from TryFrom will always be a result, and the OK variant will always be a self, which in this case refers to non-zero, and the error variant will always be a self accessing the error type that's defined here. So what's happening here is we're accessing self, which is this entire implementation block, and we're accessing the error type, which is set up here, which is a non-zero error, which is defined here. The reason we do it this way is we can easily change what type of error we're returning by just changing the name right here. In our function body, we're just checking to see if the value is 0. And if it is, we'll return an error, and it'll be a non-zero error is 0, which is indicated here. Any other number, we'll just return OK with our non-zero type and the value that was passed into the TryFrom function right here. Let's see how we can utilize this in some code. Here we have our non-zero struct, and we're also using both TryFrom and TryInto from the standard library. If you want to use the from version, you'll need to import the TryFrom trait, and if you want to use .TryInto, you'll need to import the TryInto trait. In this first match block, we're using TryFrom, so we're trying to convert from a 9 into a non-zero. This will succeed, and so we'll get OK, and it's going to print out not 0. On this second one, we're creating a new variable named whoops, and we're setting it to be a result, and the resulting type is a non-zero, and we're just going to ignore the error type because we'll let Rust figure that one out. We then take a 0 and try to convert it into a non-zero type by calling .TryInto. So that's going to try to convert it into non-zero, and we know that in our implementation, this won't work because we have 0 and it's checked to see if it is 0 and returns an error if it is. So we'll get an error, and so when we go to match on this variable, we'll get the error variance, and we'll print out is 0. To recap, TryFrom and TryInto allow conversion between types. And this is a trait that you'll want to implement if you want to convert between types and the conversion can possibly fail. You'll always prefer to implement TryFrom instead of TryInto, and that's because TryInto will get implemented automatically when you implement TryFrom.